Askreddit Asks, what is a fun game you play in your head to kill time?
How would my life and the lives around me play out if I did this very ridiculous thing right now?
Quick saving.
Are intrusive thoughts.
I play a fun game where I recall some recent cringy moments of mine in great detail and hate myself for a little while.
I play this game but I do it all the time.
My shower thoughts are a litany of my past transgressions and every dumb thing I've said or done.
Recent Why stop there. I went into my top 10 cringes of high school on the walk home.
Quick saving.
The world would be insane. Imagine if everybody had one quick save every day.
Outside.
I'm famous for one of the hobbies I'm shit at and someone is interviewing me.
Yep. A lot of my time showering or in bed or traveling is spent imagining being interviewed for the amazing achievements of my life. Meanwhile, the rest of my time is spent procrastinating and otherwise steadily reducing the possibility that I will ever achieve anything noteworthy. D. Lol, what kinda hobbies? Like golfing or making pancakes?
I try to piece together an elaborate cinematic universe that connects all the cereal mascots in the world together.
I didn't know how badly the world needed this until now.
I prepare a heartfelt speech explaining the space race to an American audience from 1880.
I like explaining the world around me to a visitor from the 1780s.
I do something very similar where I explain 2018 to founding fathers.
Oh, my God, I'm not alone.
Writing prompts.
I pretend I got stuck in the past somehow, like Back to the Future 3, and try to see what things from the future I could invent to make myself rich vs things I'm aware of but still couldn't invent if I tried. I could probably invent a very basic George Foreman grill. I've figured out that much.
I do that exact thing. And it always ends with me trying to explain myself out of a situation where the locals want to hang me for with craft.
The real way to advance society is finding an already famous inventor and becoming their apprentice so you can give them ideas. Can you imagine what would happen if Ben Franklin knew about the transistor?
I make up stories about people around me and why they have some item. Or why they are doing X. Or whatever. One time my coworker came in with a black eye and I had 20 different backstories by the end of the day.
So why did they have a black eye? Luna_Lovewell, why does this answer surprise me not at all? I play pretend. I work in a warehouse and sometimes it's deserted here. So it's now a forward operating base repair depot for those big walking mech robots. Or if I'm out for a run and it's getting boring, I'll pretend to be rushing the enemy lines with a sword and shield.
Sitting in meetings, I have thought to myself, this is what Starfleet would really be like for the majority of people in it. Not everyone gets to be bridge crew or go on away missions.
Bonus if you imagine yourself having magical powers.
Trying to figure out where it all went wrong.
For me, it was 22 years ago.
It all started when I was born.
Oh man.
Sometimes when I ride in a car and get bored, I jump over street lights and other objects on the side of the road. You jump by holding your breath. The taller the object, the longer you need to hold your breath to clear the object. You come back down by inhaling. It can get pretty intense and people often ask if I'm having a panic attack. I'm weird. I know. Edit. Holy fuckaroony, this was more common than I thought.
Someone tried doing that while driving through tunnel nearby to where I live. He passed out just as he exited the other side and crashed. URL redacted.
When cycling and I'm tired towards the end, I flick a switch upstairs which activates the commentators, and before I know it I'm doing the last 5K of the Tour de France in a world record time.
And he passes the old ladies walking their dogs. He rounds the bend of no return and he's going. Gone! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! He has finished in record time. Now back to you, Tom.
And the young bred does it again. His 5th successive stage win. What a competitor, what an athlete, love doing this. D.
I think about how I would explain ideas, concepts, or stories to an imaginary person. It's fun, and generally a pretty useful thing to do.
kinda like this. While I'm working, I like to imagine what I would tell someone if I were teaching them to do what I'm doing. i.e. talking through the steps and pointing out helpful tips as I go. Could be useful if I ever end up training someone.
I do this as trying to explain modern technology to a historical scientist like Albert Einstein or Benjamin Franklin. It usually ends up with me imagining them in that scene from The Fifth Element and letting them go hog wild learning.
A friend once told me that as he walks along the street he looks at strangers and tries to look at them as if he were their mother. He reckons it stops him from objectifying people and makes him treat people more nicely.
If I'm getting angry at someone when I'm driving, I try to imagine that they are my mom, and it helps me not scream abuse at them and forgive them for being a slow ass.
I pretend I'm the dad and just shake my head in shame.
That's actually a focus of some Buddhist meditations.
Imagining past arguments and how I should have won them.
I do this, but it's not a game and I can't control it and I suffer.
The amazing comebacks that come to mind 2 minutes too late, so frustrating.
You should have said, the jerk store called.
Honestly, me too, but for potential future arguments.
Terrorist attack in my college and I save everyone.
I work in a retail store where I have to watch active shooter survival videos every 3 months, so I regularly play, if there was an active shooter where would I hide so I could sneak behind and disarm him, or some variation of that.
With your epic Super Saiyan transformation and impressing everyone including the girl you like.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and above all, have an excellent day, you marvelous people.